time to look at the NFC West because this race is it's the tightest race I've ever seen in the history of the NFC West. It's probably not, but Seahawks didn't get it. We talked about it already, and right now, as of today, the NFC West, we have the Rams, us at second, Cardinals at third, and 49ers at fourth. Screw the 49ers. Larry, how you doing, buddy?
Terrible. Let's get started. I don't know. It just seemed like everything that could have got, like the only thing that went right was the 49ers losing. I mean, everything else that we needed, like Commanders won, and that could have maybe helped us get into like a wild card race if anything. Cardinals lost. We'll get to that. Rams won, which we'll get to here shortly. Like,
ugh. The Rams have just been on the win streak, and everyone else just wants to lose all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think that's how it is. And Rams are getting healthy too. Tyler Higbee was back. You want to get right into that game?
Yeah, but real quick, it's funny how when you look at the standings and it goes from 9-8-7-6 for the wins. So that I'm sorry, I had to just call that one out. But yeah, Rams, they went ahead and faced the Jets. They won 19-9. I didn't expect the Jets to really do much. Aaron Rodgers, he had 256 yards and a touchdown, but the score is 19-9, doesn't look good for him. Matthew Stafford had an interception, but he only had 110 yards passing. One touchdown, one interception. And of course, Kyron Williams being Kyron Williams yet again.
Yeah, except against
carrying
us.
the team.
Except against us.
Yeah, exactly. Except for us.
Yeah.
But Puka Nacua, he had a good, nice, serviceable 8 for 56 yards. But otherwise, they got what they needed. Tyler Higbee was back. They got healthier.
Scored a touchdown too, actually.
Scored a touchdown that definitely helped lead them to victory. Otherwise, I feel like the Rams should have scored more here if we're really going to be honest with the Jets team. But hey, I guess the Jets, their defense is still kicking.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's the same thing that happened with when we played the Jets, right? They just kind of shot them. They just imploded like in the second half. And this one, Jets gave up 13 points in the fourth quarter to lose a game. Mm-hmm. And so, it really, I mean, we can't complain because we benefited from it. But Jets really should have had this game. It would have been great for us. Would have kept
amazing for us.
Would have kept this race a lot closer. We're gonna enter. We kind of enter a must-win game against the Bears here in a couple days on Thursday Night Football. And so God hates us. I guess I don't know.
At this point, yeah. Otherwise, Rams they stay in the running. We are in a basically a must win, every win for the rest of the season situation.
Yeah.
That comes out to us in number 2. The only choice of plan is literally beat the Bears and beat the Rams. I think we need just like help from somewhere, but not as much. But basically, like it's not looking good for us right now to get into the playoffs.
I mean, the Bears haven't won a game in like 2 months. Like. If we can't beat,
I don't want us to be the example though.
Yeah, please. That's the thing. And so tune into that video if you want to see our thoughts on Seahawks review against the Vikings, but a little mixed bag there.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, third we have the Cardinals, which I guess that had to have been the game to watch because they lost in overtime, 30-36 to the Panthers, who are now 4-11 Panthers to their 7-8.
This Panthers team even sucks at tanking. Like, what are you doing here, guys?
Oh, man. Hubbard on the Panthers side had 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adam Thielen, back and healthy, has been back for the past couple weeks. 43 yards and a touchdown. And, of course, Connor was the Cardinals' offense again. He was their leading receiver at 4 receptions for 49 yards and their leading rusher for 117 yards and a touchdown. So, I mean, for what it's worth, hey, look, they can still run the ball, but I think in that second half they let the Panthers come back, and that's what haunted them.
Yeah, and Carolina kind of came out to an early lead in that game too, and then Cardinals fired back, but Bryce Young is kind of turning a corner. He had 2 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing. Like, I think they might be onto something there. They have the protection in front of him.
Give him his confidence back. I just want him to have his confidence back because it was cracked, splintered, shot this earlier this season.
I was watching Red Zone and there was a play where I think it was a touchdown pass where he threw a dart, and he got laid out by the defender. but you see him get up and smile at the sideline on the completion. Like, he's having fun again, and that's good to see because Bryce Young looked like he was kind of going down the path of a guy that could not beat himself, but let alone beat other teams.
And the Cardinals had to be a part of that that manslaughter of a game. Well, not manslaughter, but just they couldn't win out in overtime. And honestly, that it was already the Cardinals season anyway. But whew, hate to see it though.
And this is they're eliminated from the playoffs. That they're out of contention, which sucks for us. It has implications for us because
Indeed.
Cardinals play the Rams, and playoff motivations are a lot stronger than pride motivations, I would say. They're only
just
playing
be
for
petty
pride.
and just take everyone down with you. Might as well. Like, just keep the chaos going. That's all I care about.
I don't know about you. Like, we're too late to tank. Like, there's no shot we're getting a top 10 pick. There's no shot any of these teams.
We're in the
division.
middle. We're in the middle of the draft yet
Yeah.
again. Well, this time actually we would technically be higher than we would usually be by the end of this season. Even if we win out, I think we'll get to like the teens, late teens, but like we're used to kind of being like the very late teens into the early 20s.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, what does it look like right now?
On Tankathon, it's saying that Arizona is sitting at 16 right now, and Seattle is sitting at 18. So,
Yeah.
we're really just fighting over crumbs here in the first round. So, I mean,
Fighting for a playoff spot. If we can,
Yeah.
at this point, you might as well go for a playoff spot as the Seahawks. We're still in contention. The percentage, like, it's less than 20% either way, but still fighting.
yeah, and I mean, like, this is arguably one of the tightest, like, tank fests I think I've seen in recent memory because with 2 games to play, there are 9 teams within 2 wins of each other in that top 9. Like, I mean, the Giants are sitting there at 2-13, but everybody sucks. Apparently, people are bad at tanking or trying to prove that they're not tanking or something. Wasn't that a thing? Like, didn't the Dolphins owner or GM like claim that they were tanking or something like that, and then they got like penalized a pick or something? But that was,
Yeah,
like,
they
recent,
got.
right?
Yeah, that was like in a few 2 years ago, I think. It was while the current staff and stuff is here. It was literally in the beginning they lost a pick for them. So
Yeah.
yeah, even if we were to tank, we can't get a top 10 pick. But otherwise, what can you do, man? The only thing we can do at this point, win out and just see, and we're just gonna have to clean house and draft and all that good stuff. So final team, we have the 49ers. They lost against the Dolphins. Not much to talk about except like, I mean, George Kittle, he had a good 100-yard game. Debo, he had 96 yards and a touchdown, and some rushing mixed in. So I guess he got back into his little groove. Otherwise, there's not much else to really talk about. Brock Purdy he had over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And then Tua was being Tua. And Devon Achane, though, he had a game over there. He was their leading rusher and their leading receiver, 6 for 70 yards receiving, and 17 carries for 120 yards and a tutty. So
Coming off an injury year, man, he's kind of bounced back.
oh yeah,
like crazy.
I mean the Dolphins have really bounced back since everyone got healthy again and stuff like that because they're climbing up to at least have a chance to have a winning season.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know about playoff, but yeah,
they got the same record as the 49ers, so they're sitting with their current records. They're sitting at 11-12, or prior to that game, they had the same records. Miami, of course, going ahead by 1 game after winning, but they're sitting at 11-12, and so San Francisco can sneak into the top 10. A year after winning or going to the Super Bowl, which is a crazy turn of events if you're a 49ers fan.
Where's the 49ers? Yeah, where are the 49ers sitting at right now?
11.
11.
And
if they want to.
I mean, they can get 10 if they lose. I think the lowest that they can go, or the highest they can go, is probably 10, because New Orleans is in front of them, sitting at 5-10. Chicago,
you can't beat that.
Chicago, Jets, and Carolina are in front of them with 4-11, and so like I don't know how the tiebreakers work out. Maybe they sneak into the top 10. I don't really know what this year's draft class looks like. It's not that the 49ers aren't going to be a team that's looking for a quarterback. They're likely looking to extend Brock Purdy this offseason going into a contract year. So there's a chance that they can maybe get some weapons and retool, but that team is not going to look the same next year.
with this upcoming draft, it's very strong in D linemen. And what have the 49ers been doing all these years? Draft D linemen.
Yeah, shit.
So, yeah, D lineman and edge, yeah, it's very strong. Quarterback's weak, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, otherwise, they didn't have a good showing in this game. They, like the Dolphins, did their thing, and hey, now they're 6-9. I mean, screw
And
the 49ers.
yeah, and the 49ers, who do they play next week? Does it even matter?
I don't think at this point it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean they're eliminated as well, and so the NFC West is coming down to the Rams and Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Come this time next week, maybe it'll.
49ers have the Lions next.
No, good. Yeah, so it'll be a very important game. So they're gonna lose that game too.
Of course. And then they have the Cardinals at the end. Otherwise, we're just looking at the Rams and what they're doing, and just for their schedule, they got, I think it's just the Cardinals and then us, right?
Yeah,
Ugh,
I think so.
Either way.
And so
It is. Yeah.
it's we're talking about it coming down to the last week of the season, but I mean, tune in for our week 17 preview where we talk about the Seahawks versus the Bears, but we got to get past the Bears first. And this team just, we don't know what to expect with them. The Seahawks, that is.
Exactly, man. But otherwise, yeah. Hey, y'all. You out there that's watching this video, if you watched all the way here, leave a like, subscribe. Hey, leave a comment. What about your teams? What are they doing out there? Otherwise, peace out. Like and subscribe as always.
Peace.
Peace.